So, hello, here we are. Autumn is almost over. Team has worked a lot again, and we would like to show you what's new in our fourth quarter. We have released the version 1.2.48 with a couple of very cool things. And today we're not in remote locations. We're both here in Potsdam. Hello, Gerd.
Hi.
That's great to have you. So let's walk through the features which we want to present. We actually would like to start with a feature which was really heavily requested. It's keep the last rendition type. With keep the last rendition type, we implemented a functionality that you can set that you want to use a certain rendition, let's say a low-res rendition, and whenever you drag and drop an asset into your layer or into your frame in InDesign, this exact rendition will be used. So in the previous version, you could select a rendition and then drag it, and it would automatically jump back to the original version. So now, as long as that rendition type is available, when you drag and drop, it will stay with that rendition. To make that easy, actually, you can also go to the settings menu in the result area, and there is a function which called tooltip settings, and there is something what we call the hide conversion nodes. If you enable the hide conversion nodes, or if you disable it, then we actually show on every asset if the selected rendition type is available. And you see that with the yellow information or with the red information on the asset itself. So it gives you a quick overview if, let's say, you have selected the low-res rendition, if that low-res rendition is really available everywhere, and if not, it shows you that. If you drag and drop assets which have not that asset type available, it will always jump back to the original version as fallback. So yeah, we really like that we really hope that you like that. That was a heavily requested features, and it's really handy if you're using lots of assets and you want to just work with the low res. Then it's really cool that you can now select that. Yep, this is one of the functions in the latest version. Do we have prepared something for that? The video? I don't think so.
No, not yet.
Okay, we don't have a video, but.
Let me just say one thing.
Yeah.
It's if you're working with all these renditions and you want to replace them with the original at the end of your production, that's just one click in the links panel. So you can replace them anytime.
Pretty cool. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, one feature that that we figured it's more like a bug fix. Now you can also use very large files in Microsoft Office 365 when uploading and downloading. There was a limit actually for 348 megabytes. Now you can also use bigger files in that one. Pretty cool, actually. That's cool. Gerd, that's your specialty.
This is something we've been looking for. So right now we can handle the ICML-Files coming out from Adobe InCopy. We can have them in the panel, make them available, and we have a preview right now for the ICML-Files. So it's pretty cool. If you check your linked files, you can have a preview in the panel, and that's really a cool feature.
And expect more to come. We want to actually include more InCopy capabilities, and we are actually working on that, so there will be more InCopy support in the panel, so expect more to come here, right?
Yeah, I think we will have the layout files also available, which is a different file in addition to the InCopy file and all this stuff. So I think we will include this so that everyone have access to the layout files too.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Cool thing.
Text assets in Adobe Photoshop. So I think there is a video in behind. So what we now can do is, if there is a folder structure already existing in the Adobe Photoshop file, which contains text layers, if you now add metadata text from the asset, it always brings it into the text component that's already existing, and if there is no text component existing, it will create one. So dragging metadata content into the image, you can always ensure that there is a text layer or a text component available after dragging, and you can edit and move it around, whatever you want to do with this file. Yeah, that's a really cool feature. So you don't have to take care of your layers or where you are in which layer. Just drag and drop, and the text component is created and the separate layer is created. That's really cool.
Cool, thank you. This is also a very highly requested thing. As you know, you have to create your connections to the systems you like. And we have users, they have 3, 4, 5, 6 connections to different systems. Maybe to a Dropbox, maybe to their PIM system, maybe a Getty Images, maybe another stock photo system. So that can stack up. So what we do now is you have the ability by pushing the save button, and we can show that, is actually to save the configuration into a secure vault and then move to Photoshop and load the configuration. And this is pretty neat because it makes lots of handling easier. You don't have to remember passwords, links. You set up your preferred connections once, and then you just load that. And you see, you can now load the profile. It's secure, it's password protected. It will be stored in our backend system, and it's based on the user. So wherever you go, you can take your profile, your connections with you, and load it wherever you need them. And that works across the families. So you can set up the connection in InDesign and load it in Google Drive, or in Google Workspace, or in PowerPoint. So it's really portable across all of our product support. Really cool feature. Yeah, another feature what was requested is the ability to sort folders. We always had the ability to sort the list view by the different metadata, or by the different file name, file size, width and height, by different metadatas. Now you can also sort the folder structure. Makes it handy when you have lots of folders. Pretty cool, actually.
Yep. And it works ascending, descending from the sorting.
Yeah.
That's really cool, yeah.
Yeah. We have done a couple of enhancements to the Microsoft products. This is really an area where we constantly work on to improve. One of the things which we've just recently added is the use of WebP assets. So now if you have WebP objects, assets within your asset management system, you can just drag and drop them into the Microsoft products also supported now. Oh, this is something what is heavily requested also. You know, Adobe InDesign has the great functionality to combine InDesign files with InDesign files in a book format. And the book format is actually an independent container which allows you to link InDesign documents together. And I think, Gerd, you can talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, so you can work on a book in a team. That means if someone opens page 1 to 20 and the next guy is opening the page 21 to 28, so you can work with a team in the book. And at the end, if you generate a PDF, you can gather all these elements which are stored in the book and create a single PDF file out of it. So you can combine several chapters into a book and generate a single file out of them. Yeah, and that's really, really cool.
It's not available yet, but it's a heads up for all of you. We are working on the book function, and we assume that it will take till the beginning of 2022, but we would really ask you and like to get your feedback. If you have special requests on the book functionality, if you have ideas what would be cool, whatever, share it with us. We would love to get feedback. You can use the suggestions functionality in our support form. Let us know if you have ideas, if you have special wishes. We would like to know them so we can build it into the functionality. That would be pretty cool if you let us know your ideas. Expect something in the beginning of 2022 from us.
Cool.
Yep.
Next. This is you can now select the source for the captions. That means here on the right hand side in the panel you can have the folder settings, and then you can decide what is the source of the caption. Could be the name, or it could be the title, so everything what's stored in the metadata field, and mostly IPTC or in the file name. You can select between those metadata fields and display the caption right beneath the asset.
Yeah,
that's a cool feature.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier. Whatever you are used to, you can now see it also in the panel. I think it's a nice enhancement.
Mostly if the file names contains just an array of numbers, doesn't make sense, so it makes it readable. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
So whatever the way you sort your assets, now you have it in here. Cool. This is a Celum specific enhancement. Within the Celum system, you are able to select the quality of the PDF that goes back into the Celum system, and within the Celum system, it is used for previews and other things. We always had the situation that we're using the highest possible resolution, and that was not always appropriate. So now as a user, when you upload assets to the Celum system, you have the ability to select the quality of the PDF. We take the options out of your PDF settings and you can select them. It's a quite nice feature for most of the Celum users. Yeah, and for the Widen connector, as you may already have heard, Widen was acquired by Acquia, really cool company. They were using their own DAM system, and they also were using a connector. And as more and more customers are now moving from the Acquia own solution to the Widen system, there is also a need to provide them with the CI Hub connector, and there is now an ability to convert the old linking mechanism, which was provided by the Silicon guys, into the way the CI Hub connector handles these assets. It's a totally transparent migration path. There's no additional effort. You just open your InDesign button, your InDesign file, and we will automatically convert everything, so you can easily migrate all of your InDesign files from the old system to the Widen system. Pretty cool feature, actually. There will be a couple of enhancements. You will see that functionality in the next couple of weeks.
Cool.
Yep. Pa-ba! It's
long time waiting for.
Yeah, it's really cool. We have actually took some time to release them. Now they are here. The integration into Figma and into Sketch is released. You are ready, and today is Friday the 26th of November. You already have the CI Hub plugin in the Figma community. So it's released as a plugin and as a I forgot the name. It's released in the Figma community. You can just download it, get it for Figma, and take everything, the same functionalities in there. We are still working on a couple of small enhancements. One of the important enhancement is the ability to use the link panel in Figma and Sketch. This will come. Will take another week, something like that. And then you will also have the ability to check your Figma layouts if you're using the perfect asset already or the latest asset. Just click on the links panel and you will get all the analytics you are used to get from all of the Adobe products. Pretty cool that we're enabling that function. We already got a good feedback from the Figma community and from the Sketch community that this is really helpful. We assume that the Sketch plugin, it's still in the proofing process, that it will be released today or maybe on Monday. So you get these two new additions to our family quite soon. You can just check our website if you're interested in the latest pricing informations. Just take a look at our website and get the latest pricing and just try it. It's also coming with a 4 weeks trial version, and we're happy to get feedback if you have some additional ideas on that.
It's really cool. I've tested it a few times. It also works with renditions, which is really helpful to keep the file size, the document file size really small. It's working with replacing, and it's working with the metadata content. Just drag and drop them into target frames, and the formatting works perfect. It's both in Figma and in Sketch, perfectly working. So
yeah, good.
Worth trying. Next.
Sure. Ooh, yeah, this is Censhare specific. Now you also get the automatic information where in use list. So if you're uploading an InDesign file into your Censhare system, we are also now supporting the asset relations. So you will immediately get the information within the Censhare system on all of the relations of that asset, and it's really helpful to get to stay in line and to know which asset is in what document, and you get that. It's just added this week to the Censhare integration.
Yeah, very helpful if you have to replace an asset and you want to know where it was published, has been published. Yeah, it's really handy to check this out. Okay, enhancing file type. The problem is often that you have different extensions So JPEG and JPEG, they are totally the same, but the extension looks quite different. But we can work with this, no worries at all. So it doesn't matter. We're not checking the typing of the extension.
Yeah,
it works in both ways.
Yeah, we're now tolerant to that. In some cases, especially if you work with the link manager, we had that situation that if we do not know the asset ID from the beginning, then we had to do a comparison of the names, and then it was always an issue when it's not really tolerant. Now, even if we don't have the asset ID, we find these assets and can match the assets to the existing ones because we are a little bit more tolerant on that one. So that will make your life easier on that one. Yep. So this is what we have released so far, which is really visible. I think there are a couple of hundred additional updates to the product, which are not really visible, but they make the product even faster or more secure, or enhance the ability to work with additional families. So the team has really put a lot of effort into the connector, and we are constantly working on the next releases. So if there are any questions regarding the actual versions, just let us know. Everything what we described here is already available to all of our users. As you know, the CI-Hub connector updates itself. You don't have to worry at all for needing to push a button to get that update. Everything what we showed you is there. So there is no administrative effort needed from your IT department or whomever. And if there is any question, just reach out to us. We're really happy to answer them. And yeah, expect an update beginning of the next year, I would say.
Hopefully.
Yes, absolutely. So enjoy the holidays for the American friends. Enjoy Thanksgiving week. And yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.